The book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. I'm going to stop right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, YAHAWAH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Hey, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And shalom to the 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah for the GMS Denver camp, doing a lesson on the importance of charity. All right, giving alms and, you know what I'm saying, being charitable, because it says right here in 1 Peter 4 and 8 that it's going to cover a multitude of sins. You see, and the reason why I'm doing this lesson is because, at my job recently, an older Jake lady, you know what I'm saying, for some reason, man, out of the kindness of her heart, gave me a tip. And, in my line of work, that doesn't really happen. But she was just, persistent, because I denied it at first. I was like, nah, you know what, go ahead, keep that. I don't want to take your money. And she just, was persistent to give me that, that tip. So, I accepted it, and I thought about it. I was like, taken aback. I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And I thought about this verse. I said, look, man, the Lord, he loves charity. Now, that kind act right there could have possibly, caused her to receive mercy in the time we're coming into, known as Jacob's trouble, the worst time this earth has ever seen. All right? You see? And we're going to need mercy in this time of trouble. And one thing you could do, all right, is to be charitable amongst the brethren. All right, amongst the believers, you know what I'm saying? And even, the apostles go into this sometimes, man. You see a Jake out there, man, that might be down on his, down on his luck, so to speak. All right, homeless person. If it's on your spirit to give to that person, hey, go ahead, man. Okay? The Lord sees that, man. The Lord sees those charitable acts, but, especially amongst the brethren. We got to be able to help each other out, man, and be there for each other in the time we coming into, because things about to get really bad out here, man. Things about to get tightened. All right. And the Lord's watching, man. Things are not being overlooked. So that lady could very well, receive mercy just for that kind act. She didn't know that I was a teacher. She didn't know that I was, teaching the word of the Lord. She didn't know I was a prophet. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, the Lord is merciful. We'll see. There's going to be an innumerable multitude that's going to be saved. Matter of fact, let's get that scripture real quick. Okay, so here we have the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 8. It says, behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return thither. So the Lord is going to deliver a great number of Israelites in these last days. Now, it's not going to be, a great number in comparison to the entire nation. All right, because we know that 2/3 of the Israelites here in America, Babylon the Great, are going to receive judgment. All right, for their rebellion. All right, and their refusal to turn to YAHAWASHI, which is a larger number than the 1/3. But still, the 1/3 remnant is a big number. Okay. That's a lot of Israelites that are going to be saved. It says women with children, or women that are pregnant. Okay. The blind, the lame, you know what I'm saying? The elderly might be, they're going to be saved. Okay. All depending on the Lord's mercy. But he says it right here. It's right here in Jeremiah 31 and 8. A great company shall return thither. So that lady that gave me that tip, hey, the Lord might save her just for that act. You know what I'm saying? He might open her up to the truth, down the line, and she just might be saved at the last second. All right, I got to bring this out real quick. It's the book of Tobit, chapter 12 and verse 9. Now it says, for alms doth deliver from death, and shall purge away all sin. Those that exercise alms with righteousness shall be filled with life. All right, that's the importance of giving, having a giving type of spirit, man. Because in the world, they teach you to be, all to yourself, man. You got to get it how you live. You got to, get yours before they get theirs. That's the mindset of the world. But when you come into this truth, the Lord shows you, all right, the way to move in, man, the spirit that you got to be in. You see, as Israelites, we're supposed to be able to help each other out and have that type of spirit, not kicking each other when we down, hoarding all our shit to ourselves. Okay, charity and alms, that's a great thing in the sight of the Lord, man. It tells you right here, for alms doth deliver from death. All right, alms is, giving, it's charity. And, you giving to a fellow Israelite, helping somebody out, you know what I'm saying? And with a good spirit, the Lord can consider that in Jacob's trouble. Your ass might be in a situation, and that charitable act that you did, all right, will be considered in that time, and you could be delivered just for that. You see, you got to think about these things, man. We're laying up treasures in heaven. When you give to your neighbor, you know what I'm saying? When you exercise charity, especially amongst the believers, you know what I'm saying? You're laying up treasures in heaven, man. That's spiritual treasure right there. You're adding to that spiritual bank account that you might need to withdraw from in the time we coming into, man. All right, that's how the Lord works. All right, and He'll give you back more than you gave, man. All right, here we have the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11 and verse 1. It says, "Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days." All right, and what does Jake call money? Bread. All right, because bread, money is a defense, as it tells you in the scriptures. All right, it says, "Cast thy bread upon the waters, and thou shalt find it after many days," meaning what you give out will come back to you eventually, man. And probably more than what you gave out at times. You might be, in the spirit of charity and help, a brother or sister out, and then, later on down the line, you receive help in a situation that where you need help in. That's what the Lord is saying. It might not be right away. It can be sometimes, depending on how the Lord, is working. But yeah, man, you're laying up treasures in heaven. Cast thy bread upon the waters, man. Be charitable from time to time. Now, it says in the next verse, "Give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth." And that's what I was saying, man. We're coming into evil times. You don't know how bad it's finna get. You don't know what situation you might find yourself in. We don't know. You see? So now is the time to be in that charitable spirit while you got it, man. If it's in your ability to help a brother or a sister out, then do so, man. Do so with what you got, out of a kind heart, man, not even really expecting to receive it back, and when you need it, the Lord gonna be there for you, man. That's how serious charity is. We got to all take that into account, and don't forget this. All right, I want to bring this out, all right, in regards to that old Jake lady that gave me that tip, right, who's being charitable. All right, this is Romans chapter 9 and verse 15. "For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion." You see? Now, the Lord is terrible. Don't get it twisted. All right, but He's also very merciful. Okay, like I said, those kind acts are going to be taken into account, especially to those who have given to the prophets, man. You see, that lady didn't know she was giving to a man of the Lord, man. So that, man, Lord willing, the Lord have mercy on her, man, according to His will, But He gonna have mercy on a lot of Israelites in these last days. Okay, that may not be prophets, or they may not be out there teaching on the highways and hedges. They just believe, or the kind acts that they've done, the Lord could bring them into the faith and they're going to be saved. You see, a lot of them are going to see the men of the Lord doing miracles in these last days, and then they're going to believe right then and there on the spot, and then that could lead to them being saved right there. Okay, think about these things right here. While you got those who got on fringes, they proud, they got huge congregations, and Uh, they move in their own pride and vainglory, and they might not be saved, man. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not mentioning any particular groups out there, but you know what I'm talking about, man. One of them, they wear purple a lot. I'll just say it that way. There's many other groups out there, many other Israelites that ain't sincere. The Lord talks about that in Matthew 7:21. You see? But let's go to the next verse. It says, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. We only in this thing because of the Lord having mercy on us through his son YAHAWASHI. We weren't just so studious that we came upon this truth and we figured it out for ourselves. This is all through the mercy of YAHAWASHI that we're even here, that we even have the names, that we have the ability to believe. And me and the brother was talking about this last night out here in GMS Denver. You know what I'm saying? We was having a discussion on this last night. You see, there's nothing that you could do to make yourself of the elect. It has to be through the Lord's mercy. And we pray that we're of that number, man. Okay. So you can read the Bible front to back. All right. Day in, day out, do a billion videos every day. But if you're not of the elect, then hey, man, that's just what it is. You see, you get 11th hour Israelites that are going to come in at the last second and be saved, man. Just because of their faith, because we're saved by our faith, man. And when you give, all right, tying this back to charity, all right, when you give, that's really showing your faith. All right, because the Lord got your back. You're able to give to another Israelite and know that the Lord is going to take care of you. That's actually an act of faith. All right, but I just wanted to bring that out too. The Lord might have mercy on that lady, man, for that charitable act. I got to bring out this account right here. All right. And YAHAWASHI was, teaching on charity, right? Well, let's read this. This is Mark chapter 12, verse 41. And YAHAWASHI sat over against the treasury and beheld how the people cast money into the treasury, and many that were rich cast in much. And there came a certain poor widow, and she threw in 2 mites, which make a farthing. All right, which wasn't a lot of money, You get the rich people out there, dropping, racks onto the treasury because they got money like that. And this poor widow gave in, 2 mites, which make a farthing. That was the currency back then, right? And he called unto him his disciples and said unto them, verily, I say unto you, that this poor widow have cast more in than all they which have cast into the treasury. You see that? You see? Check this out. For all they did cast in of their abundance, but she of her want did cast in all that she had, even all her living. Because the Lord reads the spirits, man. It's easy to give when you got a lot of money, because you don't really got to have a lot of faith. All right, you got money, you ain't hurting. But this lady, she was poor. She was a poor widow, man. And she gave in what she had, man. She gave in pretty much her last. So that was a bigger sacrifice than the rich men, dropping, they cash. All right. They had reserves, reserves of money and resources. This lady didn't have nothing. And that's why the Lord YAHAWASHI took account of that. You see, the Lord sees the hearts of people, man. All right. So let's see. And as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples said unto him, Master, see what manner of stone. All right, Salakia. So that was the point on that. Okay, that was the point. All right. Mark 12:44. So charity, man, the Lord sees that. You might not have a lot of money. And, here at Great Millstone, we don't ask for your money. I'm just talking about, in general. Help your fellow Israelite out, you know what I'm saying? Your fellow believer, your brother, your sister, And even like I said, you might see some of our people out there on the streets going through hard times. All right, the Lord sees that when you give to them too. All right, now be mindful of who you giving to. Don't be, giving to no drug addict, man. No criminals. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be mindful of that too. You gotta judge by the Spirit. But the Lord takes it into consideration, man. It could be a factor, of you being delivered in Jacob's trouble. So I want to bring out this account too, showing the Lord's mercy, right? This is Luke chapter 12. So like Luke chapter 23. All right, I'm gonna jump down to let me see here. Verse 36, okay? This is when Yahawashi was on the cross, okay? Now, it says, and the soldiers also mocked him, coming to him and offering him vinegar, and saying, if thou be the king of the Jews, save thyself. And a superscription also was written over him in letters of Greek and Latin and Hebrew. This is the king of the Jews. They were mocking Yahawashi. And he really is the king of the Jews. He's the king of all Israel. All right. And one of the malefactors which were hanged railed on him, saying, if thou be the anointed, save thyself and us. Because he was crucified, and there was two men that were on being crucified on either side of him. You know what I'm saying? And one of them said this. He was being, being an asshole, man. He said, if you're the anointed, then save us. Verse 40. But the other answering rebuked him, saying, dost thou not fear the Most High, seeing thou art in the same condemnation? So the other guy that was on the cross, the other criminal, was like, hey, man, don't you fear the Most High? Why are you talking to him like that, pretty much? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds, but this man have done nothing amiss. So he was pretty much saying, like, look, man, we on this cross because we fucked up, man. We were criminals. This man, Yahawashi, he didn't do nothing. All right, Yahawashi didn't sin when he was on the earth. Okay? And that's what that one malefactor, the other guy, was saying. He rebuked that other guy. All right? In defense of Yahawashi. Verse 42. And he said unto Yahawashi, Lord, remember me when thou comest into thy kingdom. And Yahawashi said unto him, verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise. Okay? And the elder apostle Tahar went in on this. All right. He was saying that, that man was delivered. He was of the elect. That man that was sinning in, his whole life. And he got put on that cross for his wickedness. All right. For his criminal behavior, whatever that, might have been. And at the last second, he showed an act of faith by asking Yahawashi. He said, hey, remember me in thy kingdom. That's an act of faith, because he knew that Yahawashi was the Lord. And guess what? Yahawashi responded. He said, verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise, man. Meaning the spiritual realm. The Lord had mercy on him, man, for his faith. We saved by faith, man. Just to, harp on the point, not just charity, but also the importance of having faith. You see, it's not about all the things that you do and the appearance of your self-image in the public. All that shit don't matter, man. It's all about what's inside of you. Okay? You see, just like the rich men that were giving all that money, outwardly it was like, damn, man, they dropping racks. And that lady didn't have nothing. She gave what she had. Because it's all about the spirit, man. That's the thing that we are trying to harp on. It's all about the spirit, man. Your true faith in the Lord. That's how you're going to be saved out of this thing, man. But I'm going to end this lesson right here, going in on charity once again. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 13. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three. But the greatest of these is charity. All right. There you go, man. Because when you're giving, you're showing characteristics of faith and hope. All right. So just the lesson I want to put out there, man. Keep that mindset of being charitable and not greedy. All right. Every now and then help out your fellow Israelite, man, especially those who believe on YAHAWASHI. All right. So yeah, just want to do a lesson on that experience that I had with that lady. Hey, man, may the Lord have mercy on her. So I'm going to end this right here. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Kwam Yasharala and abide Babal. Shalom.